What up, y'all? My name is YT RhYmZ. I'm in very hot but beautiful Kelowna, BC, and I'm with my co-host.
Mr. East from nowhere, Wisconsin. Hope you all having a good day today.
Yeah, it's very hot, almost 43 degrees out here in Kelowna, BC, where I am at right now.
And what are you doing out there? Let them know what you got planned.
Yeah, I'm actually out here because on Friday I will be performing on a cruise ship out here, and then Saturday I fly out to Vancouver, BC, to perform on another cruise ship, courtesy of Where It's At Entertainment. Shout outs to them in Chelsea.
I'm definitely gonna have to check out where it's at entertainment. Never heard of them.
Yeah. So we got a jam-packed show for y'all today. We have a special guest today joining us, Taiyamo Denku. He will be joining us in just a little bit here. But earlier on today, actually yesterday, we had a new episode of Behind the Grind.
It was a great episode.
Yeah, for those of you, for those of you who don't know what Behind the Grind is yet, it's Trip B and Johnny Concepts. They take you behind the curtain of the Grind Mode Cypher affiliates, and they had first female guest like we did last week.
Yeah. So if any of you aren't familiar with Allie K, great singer, great lyricist, wonderful personality, and a great sense of humor.
Yeah. Yeah, she started rapping in 2014. So she's been around for quite a bit, and she's joined the Grind Mode Cypher brand in 2019. And she's actually had a lot of dope ciphers. Her favorite cipher that she did was Bars of the Bronx Volume 5. It's actually a really dope cipher. I got the chance to check it out. She pays tribute to a lot of the female hip-hop legends out there, such as Queen Latifah and Lady of Rage. And there was one more too, Lady of Rage. Anyway, she had she gave a shout out to all of her influences on that cipher. So make sure to go check that out.
Yeah, and what really caught her attention was, I believe she said it was the first Master Ace series where they were shooting on the roof in the rain. Great cipher, by the way.
Yeah.
If you have not checked out the collective of Master Ace ciphers on Grind Mode, do yourself a service and jump over there.
Yeah, check out the collective of the Master Ace ciphers, and make sure to check out the brand new Master Ace Cypher Volume 6, which I just posted a link for y'all in the comments too. So make sure to go hop over there, hit that thumbs up button, hit that subscribe button on Grind Mode Cypher, and check out the cipher itself.
Yes, do it. So, on Behind the Grind, it's hosted by Trip B and Johnny Concepts. They also have a video in the shoots. I believe they got it done today, actually. It's going to be a video based off the Super Mario concept and his self-titled song, Super Mario Brothers. Going to be a great concept video. I honestly enjoy a lot of hip-hop artists who incorporate that theme in a music video. Sean Crutch, there's Maze Overlay when he did Nintendo Avenger. I mean, there's tons of artists who have that I probably am not aware about. But every time I see it, usually I really do enjoy it. It's nice. Especially if you grew up in the 80s and 90s, you're definitely going to love it.
Yeah, if you guys haven't checked out Trip B and Johnny Concepts music yet, you guys can go check out the 2 singles that they've released so far. And they are just about to do a video for their self-released single off of their Barrio Brothers EP that drops July 9th. So go out and check out Pearls of Wisdom featuring AOK, which was their first single. And they did a video for Stick Up, which is their track that they did off the EP. So make sure to hop over there and check out the video for Stick Up and check out Pearls of Wisdom featuring AOK. I'm going to drop a link for y'all for the Stick Up video. Y'all can hop over there, hit the thumbs up, hit the subscribe, show them some love. And then watch out, because in 9 days they dropped the Barrio Brothers EP.
Yeah, 9 days actually. I thought it was 10 for some reason, but who's keeping track at this point? There's so much info to go through.
Yeah.
So, YT and AOK in the future will have a wonderful track for you coming out. I'm not going to take the board on this one. YT, why don't you give them a little info?
Yeah, we've been in talks. We're starting to cook up a track here. It'll be on my album coming up, so be on the lookout for that.
And who's
And
who made the beat on that one?
I don't want to give out too much yet.
Oh, fine.
I don't want to give out too much yet.
I hear you. I hear you.
So, I just want to get back to Behind the Grind because we got a bit off topic there. Back to Ali K. Now, Ali K is from Worcester. She was very adamant about how that was pronounced. It is not Worcester. The people of Worcester definitely made that very bold. So she's from Worcester, and she's currently in Colorado. We have a lot of people in our Battleaxe Global brand that are from Colorado. So shout out to our Colorado division.
Absolutely. I hope to see them collaborating on something in the near future. That'd be really cool.
Yeah.
Then or something.
Yeah.
That'd be nice.
Yeah. So she's actually got a lot of collabs that she wants to do. She wants to collab with Venomous from the Grind Mode Cypher family, Executive from the Grind Mode Cypher family, and our very own brother himself, Mac Mavato, who was on the Axes Up podcast. And we will have him on a future episode of the Axe Mode podcast as well. So shout out to Mac Mavato. That'll be a super dope collab between Mac Mavato and Ali K. I feel like if you haven't heard Ali K yet, go check out Frankie V and Ali K Fire Within. You get to hear her beautiful singing voice. She's also done a track with Colada called Family.
Great track. Great track.
Yeah. Yeah.
So one of the things I thought was really cool that Ali K was originally a woman who loved singing and poetry and spoken word poetry in general, along with her singing, really helped like elevate her to where she's at now. And I really think that's cool. Like she balances it very well. Like she brings the energy. She knows how to hit it on point. Like it's great. It's just in general, it's just a great thing to have. So salute to you. Okay.
Yeah, she had the chance to be on the Threat album, actually.
Really?
If you haven't heard the Threat album between Lingo AOK and Dom Pera, make sure to go check out Nature of the Threat. And she is on the song called Won't Be Long. She does the chorus on it. It's beautiful.
That's right. That's right. How did I forget that?
Yeah.
So much music. So much music.
Yeah, so shout out to our Facebook supporters and viewers joining us today. Donnie Askell, who's joined us every episode now since he's liked the page originally. So special shout out to you. Good morning to Willie P in Thailand.
Oh, yeah. Brother Will. 5 a.m. That's dedication.
Yeah, that's dedication. Special shout out and thank you to Willie P out in Thailand for joining us today.
I do got some news about Nicky Bourbon. Round 3. We're going to see how that turns out. He had this song called Jealous as a Motherfucker. Jam, abbreviated. Great song. I got the privilege to hear it before it was on the show. I'm going to touch bases with him later to hear the results. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to catch it on Shade 45. So definitely going to have to tune into that. If any of you aren't familiar with Nicky Bourbon, he is a Grind Mode affiliate. He's branching out into a new feel, new style. I personally think it's badass when an artist steps outside their comfort zone. Doesn't matter what genre of music it is. I love it. It's the best way that, in general, to enjoy life is stepping outside the comfort zone. I think it's a dope concept that artists incorporate a lot, actually.
For sure. And also, if y'all don't know, they are doing Sunday Night Grind tonight. So if you are an artist out there and you don't have your music in, email sundaynightgrind@gmail.com, get your music in there, and hop on the show tonight, y'all.
Yes, and for people who are tuning in who do not know what Grind Mode does on usually Sundays, but it'll be Wednesday today, they pay a minor donation, $1 or more. You get genuine, honest feedback. The people in the comment squad, you guys rock. Every time you give in genuine love, genuine feedback, and it's all based around positivity. We don't need your negativity crap. So bump that off. You guys are a really huge part of what they do on Sundays. So I would like to we'll give you guys a shout out for pumping the love genuine feedback. It's one of the articles of hip hop that was a lot harder to do back in the day, without having to go out in front of crowds and crowds of people. A lot of people these days especially over the last 2 years, a lot of people rely on the feedback from social media and other outlets to, keep the flavor running. I like that.
Yeah,
Really
yeah,
cool.
it's a very great opportunity for you artists out there. It's all love, all about the culture. There's no bullshit. It's it's straight up. Lingo and AOK go through your track. They listen to the track front to back. Everybody that is watching the podcast can see your track, and they share their own personal opinions. There's no hate. You get the comment squad up there, which is completely the comment squad's choice if they want to comment on there. So yeah, special shout out to the comment squad for showing all the love. Definitely.
Absolutely. So, Battleaxe Global, what do we have going on today for Battleaxe Global?
Battleaxe Global, we've got Bax Global Music. It's our very first episode. It's our brand new podcast. We will be bringing on all Battleaxe Global artists to interview them in depth about what they are pursuing, because we are artists of all forms, musicians of all sounds. So we will be bringing on a plethora of different people to interview. Our first guest is Liam Dibbs. He's a hip-hop artist who will also be on the boat with me Saturday. So make sure to hop on that boat on Saturday in Vancouver, BC. Check us out. He goes by PSLCD as a hip-hop artist, and he is also an active actor in the movie industry.
Over 35 between shows and films. He's been in 35 to 37, the most recent one being The Haunting of Blythe Manor. So you could tune in later today after this show's done, 3 hours from now, and you'll see me on there interviewing him, poking at his brain and seeing how it goes,
Yeah, 6 p.m. Pacific. Yeah, 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. You will find it on most of the pages that we are broadcasting on now. So make sure to be on the lookout for that. That'll be episode 1. Episode 2 is next Wednesday. I will be interviewing Battlecat. Episode 3 is the following Wednesday with Willie P from Thailand, who's up in the comments right now. He will be interviewing Doe the Unknown. And the last week, all three of us will be on to recap the whole month.
Yes, that. I think that part's going to be one of my favorite parts, is just, recap everything we talked about, play the music, give our feedback, get to know the audience more. It's going to be a great time. I hope to see a lot of y'all there.
Hell yeah. And that's hosted by my co-host, Mr. East. So without further ado, we have our special guest in the waiting room. He's waiting to join us right now. If y'all don't know who Taiyamo Denku is, you better go check him out, because he has had a plethora of collaborations with his music, and he's had a variety of guests on his own podcast called Pick Apart the Passion. And he's also just released a couple of singles. He's got Follow My Lead featuring Fredro Starr, who is a part of the legendary group Onyx. And also he's got Medium Rare with Reef the Lost Cause, who's a dope-ass underground artist. So without further ado, let's welcome Denku into the show. What's going on, fam?
Peace. What's going on? Y'all hear me all right?
Yeah, we're hearing you golden.
All right, word.
Yeah, we're good. So, man, we've got so much to ask you, because I've gone into your catalog and you've had plenty of collaborations with, like, let's go through DMC from Rum DMC, legend. Afro, All Flows Reach Out, Ra Digga, Thurston Howell, Chalk Claire, Raz Kaz, Benny the Butcher, and Killa Priest, just to name a few. So I want to ask you, what was it like to work with somebody like DMC, the legend that he is?
I mean, well, that joint actually formulated, through Anno Domini. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah.
So that's how that joint came about. I mean, to be completely honest, I mean that joint was dope. Like I had fun doing it. Like it was I have fun doing all collabs. Like like people ask me all the time, like, oh, why do you collab so much? Well, the thing is because I like mixing around different styles. You know what I'm saying? I could make solo songs. This shit's not hard to me, but I enjoy getting other people on tracks. Mixing up styles and it's always friendly competition to me. Like that's what it is.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean the DMC thing was super cool. For real quick funny story about it is so I'm at my regular job. I'm walking back to because I work I work some bullshit factory job on the side, whatever. But I'm walking back to my machine shit. This one chick rolls up and she starts rapping to me about this. Starts rapping some Run DMC joint to me, right? Like an old school joint. And then I'm like, oh, okay, I see you, but you know I got a joint with DMC. She's like, no, you don't. I was like, oh, yeah, I do. Go check out the YouTube. And then she was like super surprised that I was like not bullshit. Like people always get surprised when I tell them, but I'm like, man, y'all are just sleeping, man. Like I'm grinding. I'm always working. You know what I'm saying?
Straight up.
Oh yeah.
So your most recent collab with Fredro Starr, Follow My Lead, how was it like to work with him?
I mean,
since you guys both do that grimy style,
yeah,
hip hop.
I mean, Onyx has always been one of my favorite groups forever. You know what I'm saying? I remember listening to Onyx, back the fuck up, early shit. I still bump Onyx real heavy in the ride on the playlist. So, I had worked with Sun C actually a while back. Like that was the first person from Onyx I had ever worked with. And he was actually the easiest to get a hold of back in the day. I don't know why, but it just was. And then more recent, I ended up doing a joint with Sticky, and then I was like, yo, well, let me try to hit up Fredro because if I get all of Onyx, like that's like bucket list shit for me. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And then I mean, basically what happened was, I hit him up. I sent him the joint. He liked the beat. We he laid his shit after I laid my shit down. He actually hit me back and said he really liked my style. And then basically what had happened from there was he actually compared me to MF Doom. I don't really know about where he got that comparison, but
that's a noble comparison.
It is. It's super dope. It's super dope. But yeah, he had compared me to MF Doom, and I mean, definitely a humble comparison right there. But yeah, he randomly talked about like, oh yeah, well, my label, you should let us put out a record of yours. And I'm like, at first I was like, man, like, are you for real right now? Or are you just like, is this just something we passing and talking about? You know what I'm saying? And like literally like a month or two goes by where we're, we don't really talk on a frequent level or whatever, but then, I get hit up by the person that runs the behind the scenes work from 100 Mad. And once that happened, I mean, the rest is basically history, man. Like now I got, this record coming out through Onyx's label, basically pretty much is what it is. And once we made that an official thing, then we ended up making the video thing happen. So that's why there's a visual behind that song in particular, because we thought it would be a good launch for me as an artist through 100 Mad to drop that as the first official video, because obviously 100 Mad is Onyx and their label, so it would make the most sense to drop the first single being that with a visual. So that's what we ended up doing. And man, like I said, man, like it's a blessing. I always wanted to, fuck with Onyx, and I like, just it makes perfect sense. And people have told this to me. It makes perfect sense with the shit that I do and the shit that he does. That it's just like it's a perfect pairing. And even the people that have feedback on the song itself were like, man, y'all sound perfect together. Like, do y'all have a full album? I'm like, nah, it's not that, but I'm down. Like those are my people. Hopefully we'll get even closer and build his family. And hopefully, as time goes by and next year, I might join the road with them overseas. I mean, we're going to see what happens.
That would be amazing.
Straight up. Yeah, if you're a hip hop head, make sure to go check out Onyx for sure. Sticky Fingers and Fredro Starr. And I gotta say, rest in peace, MF Doom. Go check out MF Doom's music as well. And more questions for you, Denku. You run a podcast called Pick Apart the Passion, right?
Yeah. So it's me and my dude Rambunctious. I'm technically the co-host, but
yeah.
But me and him, after talking, we officially basically kind of said like it's our podcast together. Like, we definitely run our own roles, do our own thing in it to make it a successful thing. But yeah, Pick Apart the Passion podcast, man. We've been doing it now. It technically started last year, but we didn't do as many shows last year, and I didn't really jump on board fully until earlier this year. Or wait. Yeah. Earlier this year, I jumped on board to where we made it more of a full steam ahead type thing. We kind of laid off a little bit because we wanted to give the guests more time to breathe. So now we're kind of doing like one guest a week. We were doing 2 guests a week, and I'm not even gonna lie, that shit is a lot of fucking work, man.
Oh yeah, it is.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
So I have a question. One of my favorite ones is the Tommy Chong interview. Like,
I was just going to ask that.
How did that all come together? I was just watching it again for the second time, and just the history and all the concepts and topics. And one of my favorite segments of that is the aspect of comedians and musicians, the parallels of how they both require some of the same structure. Like, how'd that all come to be? I'm curious.
Yeah, so it was actually it came together real easy. My mind was blown when I got hit back, to be honest. So I was I was going through my list of guests that I could potentially get easy, because I know a lot of people. And then I was going through a list of people that I wanted to maybe try to reach out to and see if we could maybe get them, because it would be dope to interview them. And I mean, Cheech and Chong, that would be dope. I'm not particularly a smoker at all, but I don't hate on people that do it. Like, it is what y'all do. Like, that's y'all thing. I have no, it doesn't bother me. It is what it is. So I found his contact info, and literally all I did was I hit him up. I wrote a brief description of what we wanted to do, what we were about, and if we could schedule him for, a certain time frame. And then I actually got hit back by his management hit me back and told me, hey, I'm going to push this over to his direct management publicist so you guys can hopefully set up a time or whatever. And then he did that. And then they said, oh, well, unfortunately, we can't make the initial date work that you were trying to do. And I was like, well, dog, we're do any date. Like we're make that shit work. So what kind of date works for you? And I gave him a bunch of different dates. He picked one. And instead of me, writing it on the calendar, they added it to my calendar, to my fucking calendar. So it became even more legit. And I'm like, all right, this shit's really happening. This is going to be a super dope podcast episode, a super dope guest. And that's actually technically one of the ones that we're looking forward to hitting as we were going through, the episodes leading up to it. And when it happened, I mean, yeah, man, it was pretty much just as epic as I thought it was going to be.
Yeah, it's still one of my top favorites.
Yeah, so you guys...
Oh, sorry.
Go ahead.
Oh, yeah, you just released episode 39. That is impressive. I remember just a couple months ago, I was like, episode 22, and I got so busy with everything going on, and I'm just like, holy shit, 39.
Yeah. I was actually going to touch on that, because you guys have had so many guests, and I actually had never heard of Soul True before when I when I came across it. So I dipped into the interview, and I actually got to hear his single called "Me and Mine," and that thing was beautiful, man. Like he sounds like if CeeLo Green went acoustic. Like
Yeah, yeah, I feel that.
he's got that type of soul to him. Like,
yeah, So True is the homie, man. I mean, me and him, you know, I took him on a tour with me because we had done previous shows before that, and then I basically was like, hey, we should. I don't know how much sense it would make to my crowd of people, but I think it would be dope to mix it up. You should come on a tour with me. I'll book it, and then you can come with me or whatever. And then if I need you to book, something towards the tail end or whatever that made sense, then maybe you could book. I think he did book the Iowa City show. He knows more people in Iowa than I do, obviously. So he had ended up booking the Iowa City show and the Des Moines show, and then I booked all the ones in between because we headed down to Texas, and then did a loop back around through Oklahoma and back up to Iowa. And but yeah, that was a super dope time. It was cool even getting to know the homie more in depth. And but like I said, we had known each other before that because I was always going out to Iowa to do shows, and I feel like we were always on the same bills all the time. Like it was,
yeah.
And it's fucked up. But before COVID hit, I had actually had a 4 show Wisconsin mini little run for him booked that we ended up having to cancel because of the whole coronavirus shit. But hopefully now that things are looking to be turning around, hopefully we can make that happen at some point in time, because it'd definitely be dope to get him out to the Wisconsin area and do more with him, because he's a very talented artist.
Yeah. So you guys have had like Prince Poe from Organized Confusion, legendary battle rapper Thesaurus, Nature from The Firm, Slug from Atmosphere. Like those might be probably are some of your influences yourself. So how do you differentiate from kind of fan to podcast interviewer?
Well, I don't particularly fanboy out on shit. Like that's just not.
Right.
That's just really not my thing. Everybody's a person to me. You know what I'm saying? Everybody's an individual. Like I don't, whether or not they've done more or done bigger things, like they're still people. You know what I'm saying? Like they've gotten to do amazing things, and that's super dope. I definitely respect dope music and respect the things that people have done. But I've never been one to really be on like some fanboy shit. And I've met some of the people that have influenced me over the years, and even meeting them, I'm still like I talk to them just like they're a normal homie on the street. You know what I'm saying? Like it's not like, oh my God, this is insane. Right. I can't believe that we're doing this, that you're in front of me right now. No, it's never like that. It's kind of like, yeah, what's up, man? So what do you got in the works next? What's going on with you? Like it's never really like where I'm like just looking at him like, oh shit, this is crazy. Maybe, I don't know if that would change if I met somebody that's like I don't know, man. Like as far as music goes, I guess I don't really fan out as much on music because I do the music. It might be different if it was like actors or something. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah.
Because I watch a lot of movies, and like meeting like one of my favorite actors or something might make me be like, oh shit, that shit's crazy. Like if I met like Samuel L. Jackson, I don't really know what I would say or do if I met Samuel. You know what I'm saying?
I get a little ecstatic over that one, not gonna lie.
Yeah.
So
I wanted to bring that up. Yeah, I wanted to bring that up because personally, I've come across a couple people and I'm like, man, like you're super dope. But at the same time,
I think it's
he freeze it. Did he freeze it?
I think so. Well, until we get him back, I mean, I do know what YT's saying. Like, there are some people where, oh, there we go. Take it from the top, YT.
I glitched out. Yeah, I glitched out there, didn't I?
It's
Yeah.
all good. It's all good.
It's all good. Yeah, I wanted to bring that up because personally, I've interviewed a couple people that I thought were really dope artists, but then you realize that you got to maintain that sense of professionalism when you're running a show.
Yeah, man. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, you don't really want to just look like some fan. You know what I'm saying? I don't because like I said, man. At the end of the day, I mean, we it's you know what I always think of when I think of why I don't really fan out is have you guys ever heard that joint um Perspective by Blueprint? You heard that song? Have you ever
Yeah,
heard that?
yeah.
So like that song, he basically breaks down
That's
like
produced by Illogic, right?
uh I don't know if I'm not sure actually about the producer on it. I thought Blueprint produced that himself, possibly. I
Yeah, I
don't
can't
know
remember.
personally, but yeah, that song he basically breaks down like, there's no difference from a man in a hut than like a man in a high rise. You know what I'm saying? Like we're all people, man. You know what I'm saying? So like some people might have had more successes than other people, but it doesn't make them better than the people that aren't on that level. So that's kind of how I always try to look at it. Like, we're all people, man. We're all trying to get by. We're all trying to get to the next step for us in our life. So, why fan out over some celebrity shit? It is what it
Exactly.
is.
I agree. There's been a couple artists I've ran into and got the pleasure of talking to over the phone. And usually one of the things that's said to me is kind of like what you said, like, thank you for talking to me like I'm a human being and not an object or a possession. Like it's a really humble thing to see other artists, tell the general public like, hey, like you do have the choice to act rational. You can talk to me. I'm not gonna freak out if you just talk normal. There's no
Yeah,
rhetoric
yeah, yeah,
necessary in that department. You know, I like
yeah,
that.
yeah. Definitely, man.
Yeah, so special shout out to our Facebook viewers and supporters. We got Brittany Robertson up in the chat, Rocco DiPapolo, our Battleaxe Global Boss Man. Willie P is still with us. We got Clever One. We got Chris Purinson. He says, Danku. Congrats, my G.
Yeah, peace and shouts out to Chris, man. That's the homie.
Yeah, yeah,
Okay, hell yeah! Thank you, Chris, for tuning in.
yeah.
Now, I did go out of my way today before the show, and I asked some global members, some artists that you've worked with in Wisconsin, and some grind mode affiliates. And I'd like to ask you a couple questions on their behalf.
Yeah,
So
let's go with it.
the first one from Space Case out in Sturgeon Bay. Who out of all your collabs stands out the most and has struck you differently from everybody else?
Well, yeah, I always tell people one of my favorite collabs I've ever done is obviously with one of my biggest influences, the homie Chino XL, and then the joint that I did with him and Lord Have Mercy, which I'm re-releasing that because the original version of that song was done over an Ayatollah beat, and I'm gonna end up putting out the Ayatollah EP because the person that remixed it, I no longer fuck with him no more. So whatever it is, it's one of the few people that I would actually say I have hate for. I'm not really a hateful person, but the dude that produced the remix, I don't fuck with him. Fuck that dude. Don't need to say his name or give him no shine. He knows who he is. But yes, the Chino XL, Lord Have Mercy, because that, when I look back at my top five verses of all time, and I've actually made a list, but when I look back at my top five verses of all time, Chino XL and Lord Have Mercy have three verses in my top five verses of all time. So being able to work with those two artists that are in, that top tier level. I'm not saying my top 10 artists of all time, you know what I'm saying? I'm saying top verses of all time. So like being able to work with them and have them drop dope verses on a joint with me and not, not give me no bullshit is, that was super dope. That was, a lot of love and respect with that. I mean, obviously I have worked with a lot of top tier artists, But yeah, I mean those two on that one joint with me is probably the one that stands out the most.
And that actually leads into the next question I have from a Wisconsin artist in Fox City, Sean Crutch. He was wanting to know what it was like to work with Busta Rhymes. He got to hear that song off the vinyl I bought, Collab King of yours. He loves it. And he just, he liked the messages behind, like, both verses. He loved that it was playful. The beat was awesome. And he wanted to know personally what it was like to work with Busta Rhymes.
I mean, that's amazing, man. I mean, I've always been a big fan of Flip Mode. Busta Rhymes was one of the people that I never thought I'd even get a chance to work with. So being able to have a song with him was pretty crazy. When I got the vocals back, because I engineer all my own shit too. So getting the vocals back from Busta and mixing Busta's vocals, that's a scary thing because I'm not trying to fuck that up. You know what I'm saying? Because he's worked with some of the best people in the world. Like he's worked with some of the best engineers in the world. But yes, having that joint on that Collab Kong record, and I mean, I'm not trying to super hint things, but we got kind of a crazy remix coming on that with. I'm not even going to link the other artist on there, but I'm saying there's going to be a crazy dope remix of that coming out at some point.
Axe Mode exclusive.
Yeah. But yeah, man, it was that one was kind of surreal to me. I'm not even gonna lie. Like I said, I'm not on no fanboy shit, but Busta, I've been listening to Busta since I was like, shit, man. When did Leaders of the New School come out? I feel like I was like fucking.
Oh damn!
10
way back.
I'm 32 now, and I was listening to him back in almost 21 years ago.
Yeah, they were like 94. I think they came out, something like that.
I mean, I've been listening to that. Yeah, I've been listening to him since that whole shit came out, man, and definitely since the first Busta record. Yeah. I mean, and Flip Mode, it's been a blessing to work with a lot of the members from Flip Mode, and adding Busta to the list of the people that I've gotten to work with out of that clique. I mean, that's crazy. You know what I'm saying?
It's beautiful.
Yeah, so make sure to go check out that Collab Kong album, which actually dropped about a year ago, right?
It dropped. Yeah, it did drop last. Yeah, I think it was like May. I think the vinyl dropped. We got it. I still got more of those copies myself too. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, so make sure to hit him up. Yeah, he's got a lot of fucking dope ass collabs on there.
I got it right here in my stack of vinyls. Also,
word up.
This one here.
Oh yeah,
the most requested vinyl when people come over to my house.
I
thought it was going to be the Dembo Wu one. It's up there. It's a couple of hairs away from the most requested at my house. So I love both of them. Like, they're amazing albums.
I appreciate you, man. And there's a lot more shit coming. I'm telling you, I got a lot in the works.
27 releases and going.
Oh yeah, a lot more, man.
Yeah, much love and respect for your hustle, bro.
I got a rapid fire question from Trip B for you. And I do recall you actually explaining.
Speaking of Trip B, he just joined us in the comments here.
Word up. Shout out to Trip B.
Trip wants to know how you came up with the dope ass kung fu styled name of Taiyamo Denku.
Yeah, I mean, this is one of those questions. I definitely have to answer a lot of times because.
Yeah, I imagine.
But because there's a lot of people that are like, what the fuck does that mean? What is that? Where did you get that from? That's super hard to explain. It's super hard to talk about. It's super hard to pronounce. Like, mad people have mispronounced it. But yeah, so basically I used to go by this whack ass name back in the day, Sandman the Lyrical, back when, everyone was on their lyrical miracle shit.
Yeah.
I used to go by that, and then I found out, there's another rapper named Sandman that's actually more relevant than me. I don't ever want to have a name that some other artist has. So let me try to think up something that makes sense to define me as an artist. So back then I was still battling a lot, but I did a more defensive battle style. So it was like kind of like Tai Chi. So I added Tai to the start of my name, and then I added Yamo, which is Spanish word for introduction, like name and everything like that, like Yamo, but you spell it differently. So I spelled it improperly because for the longest time everybody thought I was Latin, but I'm not. So just as a little joke on it, I added Taiyamo that way, and then I got Denku because around that time there was a lot of rappers that were using cartoon character names as their rap names. Like there was an MC named Goku. There was a you know, just a bunch of different cartoon character rapper names. And I was like, well, it'd be dope if I created my own cartoon character name and rode with that because I'm a very animated MC. Like if you ever see me perform live, I'm very animated on stage. I do a lot of different things. I'm not in no fast rap shit. I kind of like make you want to think and sink the bars into you. So it's definitely like, yeah, man. But yeah, that's basically how,
so to speak.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's pretty much how that all came out to be, man. Taiyamo Denku was fighting style, fake form in Spanish, and then Denku, the cartoon character name, and it all came together full circle, and there it is.
That's super dope, man.
That is very creative. And Willie P also asked me that question a couple of months back, so I hope you got the answer to that too, Willie P.
Word up.
He's out in Thailand. He's a division leader out there. So
shouts to Willie P.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
And so here's another one you're going to be familiar with from Behind the Grinds. What artist, dead or alive, from any genre, would you want to collab with today, right now?
I mean, I still want to do a joint with Black Thought at some point.
Legend.
That's one I haven't gotten to work with, and I've gotten to do a joint with Chris Rivers, but I would have always loved to do a joint with Big Pun. That would have been legendary and epic. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I'm gonna have to agree. That would be amazing.
I mean, and those are probably my two top right now. Like alive, Black Thought, deceased, Big Pun. Those are probably the top in my list.
Amazing choices. And the last
Straight
question. Well, two. Willie P wants to know if you would ever tour in Asia and or in Thailand.
Man, I'd love to come out there, man. I mean, like I said, this whole opportunity that opened up for me with 100 Mad, there's no telling where I might be going. Like we've had a lot of conversations of a lot of different random tours I could be possibly joining, or things that once I become more established with them, that I could go out and do my own runs, more of an international style. I mean, I've done tons of shit in the U.S. And to be completely honest, I love the U.S. I love my home state, but man, I've been ready to get worldwide, man. I'm saying right now.
I'm excited to see you go worldwide. I'm definitely going to be buying your shirt that says "Not Just Local."
Word up. That's what up, man.
And AOK wants to know, in your life, what do you consider your first big name feature in your whole career?
Well, the first big name feature I've ever actually worked with was Keith Murray, and I did that back in I think we did our joint back in 2003. It was either 03 or 04 or something like that. And I actually made that connection on when MySpace was a thing. I think that was the start of where you were able to get a hold of more of artists easier than meeting them directly in person. And yeah, I had reached out to Keith. At first he was talking about some ridiculous fucking money that he wanted for some collab shit, and I'm like, dog, there ain't no way that's ever gonna happen. And then he was like, word, well, what you thinking? And I was like, well, I got this. And he's like, oh, word, yeah, fuck it, we can make it happen, you're dope. I was like, okay, that's fresh. So then we exchanged numbers. We talked on the phone about the joint back and forth until he was finished. He went in the studio, he laid it, sent it back to me, and that was the first. I think that was actually the first collab song that was finished for the Dark Journal record that I put out in 07. I held on to the joint for a while before we actually dropped it because I wanted to complete the whole album, obviously, before just, a lot of people get their shit, they get so excited and they're like, man, I gotta drop this right now. Nah,
Push it out the door.
You ain't gotta do that, man. It's all about creating the perfect project at the perfect time. You don't have to just do a joint, get excited and put it out right away and not make any type of strategy off of how you're going to release the joint. You don't have to do nothing like that. Me and Keith did the joint. I held on to it, and I believe that became the initial first single push that led into the push for that album. And people were loving it when it came out. And me and Keith actually worked again shortly after that for another record called the Articles of Mind that I put out in 2009, 2010, something like that. So yeah, I mean, working with him once, it was mad easy to work with him again because we had already had that history and built that relationship. And he knew who he was. Like, you go up to Keith Murray right now and you'd be like, oh, my dude Denku says what's up. He'll know what's up. You know what I'm saying? So
now I have a completely random question for you. So I'm going to be out in Milwaukee in August, and I want to know, where's some dope ass restaurants that I could get some bomb ass food at?
Have you ever been to Milwaukee before?
Only driving. Never
really?
Actually.
So you never actually stopped here?
Only at a bus stop.
Oh, all right. Well, the thing is it kind of depends on what kind of food you're looking for because
Mexican, Italian, and Chinese.
Well, Mexican spots you got to go into the south. And to be completely honest, you can find bomb ass, like if you're looking for good ass tacos. I mean, I'm saying like all the taco trucks that are on like Burnham, like on the south side, all of those are fire. But there's actually this one spot called El Señorel that I would always recommend because every time I've eaten there, it's been super dope and super authentic. It's not the Americanized tacos. It's not the Tex-Mex tacos. It's a straight Mexican style tacos. Super dope place. El Señorel is definitely a spot that I would recommend. And what else you said? What
Italian and Chinese food.
Chinese, man. My favorite Chinese spot. It's not even. So there's two of them. One of them actually is not even in Milwaukee. One of them's in Sussex, which is on the outskirts, and it's called Main Moon. And the reason I'm saying, and it's a little hole in the wall spot, man, but I'm telling you right now, if you like beef and broccoli, dog, it is the best beef and broccoli I've ever had in my life from any Chinese place I've eaten at in the whole U.S. Like I've eaten at mad Chinese spots, and that's the best beef and broccoli I've ever had at this spot, Main Moon. And then there's this other spot called Lucy Lou, and they're like a Chinese Japanese conversion. So like they do like they actually do sushi and shit there too.
Oh, I love sushi. I could pig out on that all day.
So like they do that there too. Man, Italian. You know what, man? I haven't been to any of the independent Italian spots in Milwaukee yet. To be honest, like I mean, when me and my girl go out, we always think about tacos as the first. Like Mexican's the first thing. So we actually haven't gotten a dip off in any of the Italian spots. But I mean, a pretty well known and good chain. Maggiano's is out here. I don't know if you ever ate at a Maggiano's.
I've heard people talk about it out here.
But Maggiano's is a fire spot. Like they got great plates. That's actually right in the whole Mayfair Mall District area. And I would definitely recommend that or Bravo. Both higher end chain restaurants that, I've seen some of those in other states, but those are both here. And Bravo is super dope and Maggiano is super dope. So yeah, if you're looking for restaurants in Milwaukee area, the ones I just broke off to the homie Mr. East.
I wrote them all down.
There you go, man. There you go.
Hell yeah. So if you're in the Milwaukee area, make sure to go check out those spots if you're looking for some hot food. So Denku, I got a couple more things before we let you go here.
All right.
You guys actually recorded episode 40 of Pick Apart the Passion last night. Why don't we talk about that a little bit?
Oh, with the homegirl Rod Digger.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was super dope, man. I mean, me and Rod Digger did a joint. It's been a while now, actually, since we did that joint that we did. But the craziest thing, and I'm totally posting the clip when we drop the episode. She starts the episode out, and we're like, "How are you doing?" She's like, "Oh, I'm doing good, but where are y'all at?" Because Denku, every time people are like, "Oh, you know my dude Denku," and then I'll be here and I'll be there, and it's like, "Where are you not at?" She's like, she's like, "I always hear about you everywhere that I'm going." Like, somebody asked me about the project you got with Young Z coming and all that, and I'm like, "Oh, well, that's crazy." So like, you hear about me and people know that we know each other, like, so that's super dope, man. And yeah, like I said, I'm definitely posting that clip because that shit's fucking dope to me. But
Hell yeah.
But yeah, the Rod Digger podcast was super super dope. I mean, we got into a lot of in-depth things about the music. We had some people ask questions that they wanted answered, so we put those out there to her. We talked about what's next for her. I mean, it's going to be a good episode. I hope people enjoy that one when we drop it. That's going to drop on this upcoming Saturday.
Dope. Yeah, Chris Pernson in the chat, he says, Rod Digga, excited to see that one. And Donnie Askel is in the chat. He says, I'm back, been having problems with the stream. Can anyone see this? Yes, Donnie, we can see your comment. So yeah, make sure to stay tuned to Denku's page for the Pick Apart the Passion podcast episode 40 with Rod Digga. And before we leave you today, I just wanted to know if people were looking for your music or for an upcoming episode of Pick Apart the Passion, where can they find you? Where can they find your music?
So basically, I'm pretty much at Taiyamo Denku on everything. Like, I pretty much, I did the whole thing where I went in and I changed all my socials to that shit. If you look up Taiyamo Denku on Facebook, it will pop up. But the Facebook one, actually, I've tried to do it for the longest time. It would not allow me to change it. But it's actually /Denku God, which is my email and everything. But if you do type in Taiyamo Denku on the search on Facebook, it will pop up. But yeah, it's basically at Taiyamo Denku everywhere. If you type Taiyamo Denku in your Google search, all my shit pops up from way back. Like, you can look at everything. You can look at my shit on all streaming platforms on there. It'll bring up pretty much everything I've done. And then Pick Apart the Passion is, you just look up Pick Apart the Passion podcast on YouTube, and you can find our channel, and yeah, basically check out every episode that we've done up to this point. We got a lot more for you. I got all of July booked, and starting in July, we're going to be booking out all of August. I got two August dates booked right now, and we're going to fill that out in July. And then I think once we get to August, we're going to fill out September. We're going to start doing it like that, because at one point I was booking out 3 months in advance, and some of those people, they would forget or some shit because it was so far in advance. Already. And yeah, so I don't want to have nothing like that happen again, because we've definitely missed out on opportunities on some cool guests because they randomly forgot that they were going to do it, and then we had to reschedule. And, it's just kind of whack to do all that. So, yeah, a month at a time, month at a time, I'll be booking out stuff. But, yeah, we got some cool guests. There's a lot of people that I still have on my list that I would like to add to the guest list. So, yeah, lots more episodes to come on that as long as I don't get too busy, man. You know what I'm saying? If I do, I'll probably
understand. He's busy at work. Understand.
Yeah. Yeah, so make sure to hit up Taiyamo Denku's Facebook page, hit that like button, go to the Pick Apart the Passion podcast on YouTube, hit that subscribe button, And check out all of his projects on his Bandcamp because he's got them all listed there. There's tons of great music, crazy dope collabs, and we are looking forward to more. So what can we expect from you next, Denku?
Well, I do got my new my first record dropping on 100 Mad, the Onyx label. I got that dropping on July 9th. That's coming out. And that's going to be the Hip Hop or Death album.
Dope.
And yeah, that record, you know, the promo for that is coming super soon, probably within the next day or two here. So I'm going to drop that promo super soon to get people, you know, prepared and ready for that. But obviously, we dropped the first official single. That's "Follow My Lead." Is off that album. So yeah, that's the next album to drop. And then actually, I have another record called Collabzilla that will be available towards the end of August on vinyl, CD, and tape.
You just answered my next question.
And that's and that's coming out through a Canada label called Black Buffalo.
Oh yeah.
And yeah, so those are the next two projects. I'm not sure if we're going to be dropping a third this year or not, but I have 10 projects that are finished in the can, ready to go. I just need to find out what comes next. You know what I'm saying?
Sick.
Steady plugging away. That's epic. That's beautiful.
Hey fam, thank you very much for joining us for our 10th episode, and we look forward to your new projects. And yeah, we will look forward to having you on a future episode, and hopefully we can get your co-host on to talk more about Pick Apart the Passion.
Oh yeah, let me know, man. And he would definitely love to be down. Just let me know, and I'll get you all in contact with him, and we could definitely make that happen.
Hell yeah, fam.
Thank you for coming on. It's a blessing. Thank you.
Oh yeah, appreciate y'all, man.
Yeah, have a fantastic day, fam. Much love and respect.
Y'all too. Peace.
Peace.
All right, so now we're going to bring on our raffle, the YT vinyl giveaway, the Parolatory remastered vinyl. Let's shoot that casted line out to Brittany Robertson.
Yeah, and while I am doing that, I just want to make a couple announcements. This Friday, AOK is dropping a new track with Colada and Lingo. It's called My Time. Make sure to be on the lookout for that.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And also, to all you supporters and viewers out there, if you want to help us grow our show and you want to expand your brand, we have an opportunity to help you. You can email us at axmodepodcast@gmail.com. Here is the email right here below. Email us there, and we will let you know what we've got planned for you and your brand on our show.
All right, and just killing a quick moment here, I will be starting Podcast Week. It is a 10-day event where I post all podcasts between global and grind mode supported artists under Wild East Entertainment, such as Taiyamo Denku. There's plenty of podcasts in the Battleaxe Global Network we'll be sharing with y'all, and this wonderful show and Bax Global Music.
Yes, Bax Global Music will happen every Wednesday starting tonight at 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, where my co-host, Mr. East, interviews Liam Dibbs. So that will be at 6 p.m. every Wednesday. Following our show, we will be returning back to Tuesday next week for the Axe Mode podcast. So without further ado, let's bring on Brittany Robertson to do our podcast giveaway announcement.
That's a gorgeous lady on there.
How's it going?
Hey, how are you?
We are fantastic. Just finished up our interview with Taiyamo Denku. It was a fire interview. So, for those of you who don't know, at the beginning of June, we announced a giveaway for a YT vinyl record that Mr. East has shown for the last few episodes. and we said that we would announce it at the end of the month. And our very own troublemaker over here is going to do the announcement for us.
All right.
Shuffling it up. Oh, look
snap.
at that.
Our first
Hey.
winner outside of Canada.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, I've been taking all the winners over here in Canada. That's just ironically it's been happening that way. That is not by choice. But yes, congrats to Willie P out in Thailand. He has won the Grim Moses vinyl record.
You better go dig out your final player, fam.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. So for those of you that are still watching with us, hit up the comments and hashtag Axe Mode, because we will be announcing the Axe Mode giveaway winner next episode, episode 11, which gets you a Grind Mode Cypher sticker pack and a Loyalty Respect Axes Up t-shirt, courtesy of Battleaxe Global.
And tune in next episode to find out the next Wild East Entertainment supported artist giveaway to see who will be next.
Hell yeah. So next episode is next Tuesday, where we bring on Crimson will be joining us. That is our next guest, courtesy of Battleaxe Global. So make sure to tune in next Tuesday, July 6th, for our next episode. Donnie's just entered our Axe Mode giveaway. Shout out to Donnie. So you can hashtag Axe Mode from now until the next episode, and we will announce the giveaway for that. Much respect, y'all.
Thank you, everybody, for tuning in. Drop a comment from where you're viewing in Facebook world in all of our Facebook viewing areas and our YouTube channel. And soon we'll be dropping clips on Instagram from me personally.
Yeah. We do have a Axe Mode podcast Instagram. You can like our page at Axe Mode Podcast. Find that on Instagram. And do us a special favor. Hop over to YouTube right this moment and subscribe to our brand new YouTube channel, the Axe Mode Podcast.
And drop a hashtag from, if you're a Grind Mode affiliate, part of the Grind Mode family, drop a hashtag in the comment section. We love you guys and global artists. Or anybody who, hashtag your own name in there. I'll give you a shout out. Fucking love you guys and all your support.
Hell yeah. So that was the Axe Mode Podcast, episode 10 with Taiyamo Denku. We had a super dope interview with him. I just want to give a special shout out to all the viewers and supporters out there who have allowed us to make it this far to episode 10. And make sure to join us next Tuesday, July 6th for episode 11 when we have Crimson on. GME, Axes Up. Peace out, y'all.
Love and peace, Mr. East.